Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Retail. In today's episode, customer got mad at me over the phone. Aggressive man accuses me of pressuring him. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Customer got mad at me over the phone. When I worked at this company, don't want to say the name, I worked in the women's shoes department. Sometimes, customers would want to order shoes over the phone to be shipped to their house. One day, I got a customer call, and she wanted the shoes shipped. We found the shoes and filled all her information out, but when it came time to pay, she wanted to use her credit card. This credit card is with the company, and when you purchase something with the credit card, you get points. Over time, the points you accumulate lead to you getting like $10 to $20 off an item. So she wanted to use her credit for points, but she didn't have the credit with her. She didn't know the number on the card. The only way I could feasibly access her credit card was with her giving me her social security number. Since that info is confidential, I wouldn't be able to do that. She got really upset with me and said that she's given her social security number at other company store locations. She started telling me, what part of that don't you understand? I need my F******ing shoes. I tried politely asking if maybe she had another bank card she wanted to use. She said, this is getting ridiculous. Let me speak to your manager. I passed the phone to my manager. I helped other customers, and I walked by again, and my manager was telling her the exact same thing I told her. Some lady flipped out on me today, because she couldn't use a check over the phone. To be fair, where I am, almost every bank lets you deposit checks through their app by taking a picture. I can sort of understand someone not completely familiar with the technology, but knowing it exists, getting confused over where you can and can't do it. Or not fully understanding why you can't just type in the check numbers like you can for credit card numbers. But getting angry over being told it can't be done or isn't allowed is completely unreasonable. Just accept it and move on. Even worse than this though. The ones who want to pay cash over the phone. Those ones I super don't get. Don't you just love when people are it's my way or no way? Bruh, what part of we don't have access to that info don't you understand? Can't just type in a name/number or something and boom, there it is. Worked grocery, and anytime someone got rude and snippy, I'd tell them, you either speak to me nicely or I'm hanging up. Cuss at me? You will not cuss at me. Next time you do, I hang up. Yelling at me at the counter? If you don't stop this behavior, I'll have you go to the back of the line. Always busy, so it would have been a while. Having been union at the time, it wasn't like I was going to get written up for not taking abuse. Had a phone incident today. I was at the register ringing up customers as usual when we got a call. Do you know if you got a truck for insert snack brand here today? I say I don't know, and there is no way for me to check. Okay, well, can you check if you have any of the holiday snack cakes in stock? I tell her I can't because I'm ringing up a customer. Well, great customer service, click. Those snack cakes aren't even that good. Why, yes, I am providing great customer service to the actual customer who is in front of me. Obviously, the right thing to do would be to take her SSN, get her the shoes and the points, and then take out some medium-sized loans in her name, maybe a line of credit. I would have just put her on hold until she hung up. Some people call looking for problem. It's inevitable that you'll come across a few totally unreasonable people if you answer enough calls working retail. I've hung up on people a few times at my current job. Just yesterday a guy started insulting me because it didn't appear we carried the item he was looking for based on our website search results. I ended that one pretty quickly without a second thought. LOL, get this a lot. I'm a supervisor where I work. For context, I do IT help desk stuff. Customers want a supervisor if they don't get what they want from our agents. So when I have those tickets escalated and I tell them the same things the agent said, they get upset. Now, I have a little more leeway for being straightforward towards escalated tickets, so I just tell these customers, what did you expect? My agents told you that their supervisor, will tell you the same thing. There's no way around it. A lady used to call on the regular where I used to work and flip out at whoever answered the phone. This was because her father had sadly passed, but he still had an open account on our system, so would get regular letters sent to his home reminding him to come for an appointment / advising him of the latest deals and offers we had, etc. Every time this happened, approximately every 2 months or so, the daughter would call and scream at whoever answered the phone about how he had passed away, and she didn't want to receive one more letter from us, or she would sue the company. I understood that she was upset, but the reason she kept receiving the letters was because, in order to close her late father's account, and thus stop the letters, we needed his information to find the account and close it, something which she point blank refused to divulge to us. Every time we asked for a name or date of birth, she would become even more irate, screaming, "I don't see why you need that information. Just get it done." And then she would often hang up. She's probably still receiving letters to this day, tbh. That other store must be a Nerdstorms. My wife never had her credit card, and they always looked it up by her social security hashtag. If this is the store that rhymes with bowls, while in the store, I am able to use my credit card by them looking it up with my social security number while showing my license. Maybe she had done the same in the store, and did not realize how it might not be something she could do over the phone. A lady yelled at me on the phone because her phone was cut off after she didn't pay her bill. And then because we don't accept payment over the phone. Saying she needed it for work. Should have paid your bill then. She threatened me and said she'd be in to cancel her contract. As I was about to say, we don't handle cancellations, we only deal in new contracts and upgrades on phones because we are with a company that's under the main one as a rep, she hung up on me. Aggressive man accuses me of pressuring him. Hello there, my fair retail workers and Reddit users alike. Around this time of year, all sectors of retail are working their asses off to help Joe Public have a Merry Christmas, and, as much as many people don't think of charity / thrift shops in such scenarios, we too work hard to help provide the top quality and second-hand gifts for the holidays. Whether it's just someone looking for last-minute presents or struggling parents looking to make the holiday special with what little they have, we may not be as busy as the big chain stores, but we still try our best, most of us simply out of the charitable kindness of our hearts. And so, I come before you today to give my outlook on this time of year, and to share a story from my Christmas shift in the volunteer retail industry, that is, the work of those who work in a charity shop, or a thrift store if you're one of my readers from across the pond. I'll preface the story by saying that I myself am a volunteer, I'm special needs and so was set as a volunteer to raise my confidence, have now found myself at minimum wage with many years of hard work and people skills. My boss tells me I'm an asset, great with customers and polite, which is why I feel I have stepped up in my field. I like to help people, but even so, I have my share of problems, as the following anecdote will point out. But I digress. On Wednesdays and Saturdays on the street outside the shop where I work, there's a big market that draws in lots of shoppers from street to shop. Recently we've been working on selling tickets for our annual Christmas raffle, and my boss, let's call her R, had me standing by the door, greeting customers and inquiring whether they were interested in participating, to which many were, and we sold quite a few tickets thanks to my friendly nature and polite greetings to visitors. I think they were glad of a friendly face rather than the "you will partake" approach. Around 3:30 to 3:45 p.m., the shop was getting a little quieter. So, having ants in my pants, I decided to go do some tidying of the shelves, as children were known to pull things off shelves and some people just flat out threw clothes back onto the rail without hanging them. I'm alternating from raffle to shelves when I spy a family walk in, a mom, a dad, a 5-year-old, and a pushchair. I greet them and inquire if they'd like some tickets. They just ignore me and pass by, so I just shrug it off and go back to my two duties, passing by the guy a few times on my rounds and, not on purpose, but rather because he's in my path, looking at him and mumbling a shy, uneasy sorry, excuse me, thank you. Once I'm sure everything's clean, I returned back to the raffle table to fill in any ditto tickets I'd forgotten to fill in, as I'm sure that there's no one left to ask as the store is super close to closing. As I'm doing so, I sense a figure looming over me. I look and the man's standing there glaring at me. I think he's wanting some tickets, so I take my pen from behind my ear. Me, good afternoon, sir. How many can I dash? Man, are you following me? Me, pardon? Man, you've just followed me around that rail and back 3 times. I'm confused and try to understand why he'd think like that. Sometimes my condition makes me look as if I'm staring, and I don't always know I'm doing so. So I politely try to explain that I have Asperger's and can't always control myself from staring into space. But it doesn't seem like he's willing to listen. He looks like he's about to punch me. Man, what? You think I'm a shoplifter or something? You're making me feel pressured. I'm not buying any of your B***starred tickets either. You can shove them up your arse. Me, sir, I'm sorry. I was just doing my job. I'm standing frozen in place with this man nearly a head taller than me squaring up to me. Luckily at this point, P sees there's an issue, and after asking a customer to give her a moment comes straight to my aid like the hero she is. Now P is small, barely 5'2", but she's a Rottweiler when situations call for it, and this was certainly one of those times. P, is there an issue here, Creative Mushrooms? I'm about to speak when the guy butts in. Man, are you the manager? P, I am, can I help you? Man, any chance you could tell your staff that it's not polite to make people feel pressured? I feel like I've been profiled. P, Creative Mushrooms? I explain my situation to P and she tells me to go serve whilst she deals with the customer. I'm anxious of getting my first ever warning for something that I didn't do, and am practically close to crying at the thought of losing my job. A few minutes later, P takes me to one side and explains to me that it wasn't my fault, and that the guy had tried the same thing with a few of my colleagues. Suspecting that he may have been on something, she doesn't tell me off but instead praises me for staying professional and trying to apologize despite there being no need. I've got to wonder though, was it a case of guilty conscience? Or am I just too docile looking for my own good? Whatever the cause, it wasn't you or anything he did. People like that are looking for anyone or anything they can use to cause upset. You did nothing wrong and share none of the blame. It was all his anger and whatever other issues. Keep on doing what you do so well, and know that such people are doomed to live angry little lives. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.